Oho mataki oyasin. Javagwan. Namaste. Haush haush. Ush. Ush ush ush. Welcome home, my brothers, my sisters. Ho'oponopono. Welcome home. I have so many different things in store for you today, so please be patient. I'm imagining today I'm going to just whim it and to make multiple videos and to try to just emulate this intention, this love, this energy, this fire, whichever word you choose to find harmony and resonance with today. Let me begin by saying many thanks to Sananga medicine. I have worked with this medicine today. It has been a while since I have connected with this medicine. I have received so many beautiful, beautiful messages through working with this sacred medicine, these eye drops that help bring clarity and purity. It's so beautiful. No words could ever justify. May I also give thanks to all those before me and all those who have been with me on my path and those who I have yet to cross paths with. I'm very grateful for the container and the space that has been held to allow my growth. Many thanks and blessings to Pachamama, Mother Earth, and to all the elements, the air, the fire, the water, the dirt, the ground, whichever you choose to name it as. May this prayer be felt by many all around. Oh. I feel like there's a need to do an updated video journal, and I have kind of put that off for a little bit. Should I just begin? I recognize there's some people here possibly who have never met me before. I'm about to tell a story of my process and what has happened to me this year. For those that don't know, my name is Trina Christine Mason. This is my channel, so yes, welcome home if you are joining us. For those of you who have been here before, let me catch you up on some things, okay? So, I had made a prayer and an intention to the Great Spirit saying, if I am meant to move from the state of Florida into the state of Washington, then I'm going to need some big moves because I am not going to listen or to do what you ask me unless these two things are very, very clear. So I made clear that if I am to come, that I will to lose my job in Cassadaga, which is the world's largest psychic community. So this is like an amazing place for me to be working and serving, you know, probably one of the coolest jobs I've ever had in my life, besides working for Ripley's, believe it or not, as a mermaid, right? I don't know, I'd have to meditate on that. Okay, but seriously, okay, so I said, make me lose my job in Cassadaga and have the house owner increase the rent. And at this time, I had been renting a space and living completely by myself for what seems like 2 years. And this was the first time in my life that I had ever done that, like completely doing everything completely all by myself, living by myself, not having roommates, not having a boyfriend, you know, just completely doing things on my own. And sure enough, after about 2 weeks, probably less, it was a very short period of time before I had lost my job in Cassadaga. And it was surprising because I had lost the job over spraying Florida water. For those of you that don't know, it's like a, some people would say it's just a trinket or something like that, okay, but it's this kind of like water that has like these fragrances and things like that, and it's used for cleanses, for like cleansing the aura or cleansing spaces and things like this, yes. And I had just finished a really intense reading and also doing like, you know, shamanic energetic clearing type work. And there was like this really heavy residue in the room after I had done this session. So like, you know, after doing prayers and intentions and still not really being able to clear the room, I had decided to spray some scent or some stuff, yes, Florida water. And really shortly after I had sprayed this medicine or, you know, a tool, one of my coworkers walked in and she had severe like allergies or like migraines happen from when she has smells. And I can tell stories all day long how she used to work at the other shop and wasn't always at our shop. So I like kind of started to think that I could get away with smells every once in a while, you know, for doing these cleanses. And it's true, I was told 1,000 times to not spray stuff and to be mindful of those things. And I had just mindlessly again did this behavior and this action which had caused the termination, which is totally okay now looking back. Okay, I'm very grateful to be on my own and to be continuing the services and the things that had started in Cassadaga, all the trainings that God or the Great Spirit had taught me through each personal session, and holding space and having this sacred container and office to perform these rituals, these ceremonies, these inner guided meditations, etc. And I'm so amazed like at the work that's able to be continued outside of there and to basically reach all over the world and being able to do virtual sessions and things like that. But moving on, also of course the house owner increased the rent, so I ended up doing the big move and putting all of my things inside a shipping container and shipping them here to the state of Washington. And then I chose to take my cat and to get in my car, my 2006 Honda Civic, and to drive from Florida to Washington. And I was really, really wild, you could say, because like there was no hour of the night that I was not driving and going through. And I ended up that I had completely basically destroyed my vehicle. I had slidden off of a ramp and into a ditch, like because of snow, because I was going like, I guess the normal speed as I was turning, but I didn't understand snow at the time. So I had this experience where I had fallen into a ditch and had to have like the police come rescue me and a towing company and all those great things, and having to let go of my vehicle and go through that uncomfortableness because this was totally my first car that I have ever had in my entire life. And basically the damages were not worth the repair. Like the car was already like having major issues and things like that, so it was better to let it go. Major issues meaning that you know, certain parts had to be changed, like the oil thing was leaking, or I guess it all could have been fixed, but at the time I had chosen to completely let this go. And I chose to rent a car. I chose to rent a car and keep going. Oh, should we also tell you that I actually hit a sign? I hit a sign going off there, and I ended up getting a $400 bill, $356 or something. Okay, like basically almost a $400 bill from like ruining this sign, and that was a very, very crappy thing, you know. What can I do? I had to pay it, so I did that. I chose to rent a car and keep going, and then I made it here. And so I've been living here in Washington State since basically, I think, December 28th or something like that. And it's been a really beautiful process, and it was such a beautiful journey. As soon as I had rented that rental car, oh my God, I had never driven a car like that before. I wish I knew exactly what kind of car it was, because I would love to drive something like that again. It was just so fun and exhilarating. It was very traumatic to go through the car accident. I had never been into a car accident that I had caused. You see, like I'd ridden with friends and someone hit us from behind and things like that, but I had never been inside, you could say, a serious accident. So for this accident, it was pretty serious, you know, to experience the snow in that way. It was very, very enlightening, you can say, because many things that people had warned me about and tried to tell me stories, you know, I kept going and doing my own process. But I am so thankful for those prayers and those people that, you know, gave me guidance and love and care and consideration that helped me through the process, you know, people that were really there for me. May I also say thanks to those of you who have been contributing to me in my process by being a part of like my other portals, or booking me for private readings or custom videos, or setting up sessions and ceremonies so we can go in. If you're interested, I am charging $2 per minute to have these ceremonies. If you would like to have some personal focused attention upon you and we can kind of go in and do some guided meditations. Each person's going to be different. I could also do sound healing if that is resonating with you. Sometimes we use these sounds and these energies to shake up okay, and to help stuff come up and to unwind. So keep that in mind too. It's not always like very calming and relaxing. Sometimes we just need to shake up the anger, the sadness, the grief, or whatever we haven't processed for a long time. But yes, thank you to all of you who have been contributing, because again, I wouldn't be able to be continuing this process, and thanks to you, like, I've been able to pay that bill to the state of, what was it, South Dakota, I think, SIOUX, SIOUX. And it happened at like I want to say like 2 o'clock. Our brain likes to change things as we reflect upon them. I almost wish that I had like video journaled more, but I was just so like entrapped or like wrapped up in the moment. It just kind of really swept me away. And it's been a really beautiful process being here. One of my big things I'm going through now is also shadow work. Shadow work meaning like things that I don't like about myself that I may see in others, or triggers, or it's really hard to narrate exactly the full extension of what the shadow self is. Shadow self can also be things that I'm unconscious of, or the things that I do that I may not like have a lot of thought put into, like maybe there's subconscious belief codes, and then I believe this belief code and therefore I live out in such a way. An example of this could be that we think that the world is horrible, and then because we think the world is horrible, we show up in certain ways without smiles or things like this, and we treat people bad or we're distant because we have the subconscious belief code that says to stay away, when it would be best if we could, you know, bring our walls down and to show up with that love and that care in the way that only we can. Again, thank you for listening, showing up, for paying for readings and paying homage and attention, and just being there. No words can express. I've had so many other beautiful sessions since I've last, no words can express everything, yes? So maybe you can just absorb from just this energy that I'm sharing, okay? But just so many beautiful transformative sessions, so many beautiful words I've listened to, so much space has been held, like this beautiful container for other people to really grow. And the best way I could explain that is that sometimes we're the ones holding that container for someone else. Like, let's say someone's like an addict and we have a vision for them, and we have that, what's that word we just remembered? Potential. We know their potential. We have the container of their potential. We know that they can heal and that they can be happy without prescription drugs or any altercating things to their consciousness, that they can just be and be grateful and feel joy and happiness from the ability to breathe and be here now, and have the power to create now and co-create with others with different intentions or attention or feelings applied to actions. It's very, very beautiful. I have so much more to share with you. I'm guided to wrap this up. I'm grateful that I got to share with you some of these things. I love to, again, say thank you, man. Pay homage to those of you who have been so contributing to my path. Like, no words can really justify the grace and the honor and the mercy and the love, the compassion, the acceptance. The constant showing up as yourselves. Like, I no words can say, but thank you. Aho, ho'oponopono, please forgive me. I'm sorry, I love you. Thank you. I'm thankful for those of you who have brought in challenges and awareness to challenges, and who have brought in your challenges to me and allowed me to help you through your challenges and to help you see. It's just so perfect. And it makes me so happy, and there's like nothing else in this world that I really would love more than to just continue this path of being able to see, hear, feel, and know I am, to feel a divine presence, to feel God, to feel this, to be present. I honor the path before me. I know that this red road is just so long and so special. And I know that I will do my best in every single step that my foot kisses the ground. I will. Perhaps now we could all bow our heads together and hold a space for each other to pray. And to pray Let all of those prayers and those wishes that are in the highest best for all, that they come true. And that we know and have faith that it is done, that it is done, that it is done. Perhaps some of you are making clear your prayers. Make clear what it is you really, really need. Find that medicine, that love, that need that is so deep within you. Take time to make it so specific. Make it so specific. If you need a certain kind of person to show up in your life to help give guidance or love and affection, or maybe there's something else, some kind of teacher, maybe you can set the intention that that person be wearing yellow that day or something like that to help make it just so clear for you. Or maybe you can choose a certain kind of bird, and if you see this kind of bird, it represents this kind of message, this confirmation that you need. I'm not quite sure. Just trust your inner guidance. That's all I can guide you to do, is just to find this innate intelligence within you that just knows all these deep knowings, all these deep truths. It's just so clear for us if we can just listen. I'm called deeply today to step out into nature and to continue to shine and just be my own being, and to know that even though no one's watching or is able to really bask in all that I am all of the time, but still, like, this frequency is still permeating, it's still affecting the whole. You know, maybe you can't see me exhaling, but maybe somewhere, wherever you are, you're later on getting the drift of my understand. I wish there were easier ways to transcribe these messages and these feelings. Regardless, though, I have great belief and faith in knowing that those who are meant to reach this, they will, and that they're already here. Now, I am getting this random vision, so I'm not sure who really needs this or who really doesn't need this, you know? I'm getting this vibration of a dog, like someone possibly getting something to take care of, something they can really, really love, and maybe like be supported by. Maybe the dog gives you kisses every single day when you come home, or maybe you save it from the pound. Maybe it's an old dog that was gonna be taken out and you just gave it a good 30 days for the next few days, or maybe you chose a puppy, something to commit to for the next 5 years. However, I am guided to share this message. If you're gonna go through with it and get a pet today, then please, instead of thinking what you'll get from it, pay attention more to what you can give it. Maybe you can't really give it all the things. Maybe you want to get on paper what it might cost, and not just in time and energy, but also remember how important it is that you give that critter time and energy. Go for walks, pets, snuggles. Maybe you don't have a space. Maybe you have animals right now that you can't really take care of. Take some time to get quiet, to really hear clear and find what hurts and what is disturbing you. And if it's bothering you, take time to listen to yourself at what you need to do to take the baby steps to get closer to really, really feeling great about your reality. Turning your fantasies into reality, really idea dreaming, coming up with all these ideas and daydreaming what your next moment can be if you choose to create. Maybe instead of playing a video game, you go for a run. Or maybe your knees hurt and you can't run, so you gotta go for a walk. Maybe to change things up, you get a little barefoot. Maybe it's too cold to do it there, so instead you put on some really warm, comfy socks that make you feel really comfortable. I'm not sure. You're gonna have to listen to your body. If I was with you privately, having a private session, I might be able to give you a more personal attention and understanding of what I'm witnessing and be completely fruitful with you, you know, where you are. Like, you're really hard on yourself, or you're really, really judgmental and you don't really care what other people think. And then I will invite you to the opportunity of co-creation and understanding and seeing the other as yourself instead of working with this separation energy. So there's all these different things, all this quantum entanglement. I am going to have to get going. I am definitely being called into nature. I have so much more to share with you. It might be appropriate to do a live stream so that way you can ask questions if you're interested in my personal journey, or maybe you'd like to send me a personal email. Speaking of which, let me show you this. If by any chance you are interested in getting into contact with me and you're interested in a personal private session, please shoot me an email. Shoot me an email, say hello, introduce yourself. We can arrange a phone call or a video chat, depending on which way you like to be seen or heard or understood or processed. I'm here for you. I'm here for you. You are not alone. Please know that you have unseen energetic forces protecting you, guiding you, loving you, loving you. And I know sometimes it's painful the way that we are loved and cared for, because maybe we get like a pow pow kind of thing, you know, or it's like a synchronicity or this ironic stuff, you know. I do like this joke or this quote that says, is it odd or is it God? And I do apologize to those of you who are very allergic to that word at this time. However, please take your time to get to know this energy. And may I also invite you to understand more about your ego. EGO, edging God out, pushing away. Attempt to not get so lost in your own power and your own, though there is a balance to balancing your own needs and not being selfish. And I understand this fine line or this red road can be like sharp as razor blades or very confusing. However, through trial and error, I promise you, you will find what feels right and what is best for you, but it's going to take some time for you to try to do something different that you haven't done before, and breaking the cycles of insanity of doing the same things over and over again, expecting different results. I understand many of you have actually already heard these quotes, so please acknowledge, act on knowledge, as Uncle Frank says, yes? Apply these methods, otherwise it's useless. I love you so much, and there's nothing you can do about it. I will be back with you soon. I have so many books and so many different lessons to share with you. And honestly, I might not be able to reach all of you all at once or whatever through this like short little video time portal here. You know, we might need to gather, have Zoom and bring multiple people together, or have a private one-on-one or things like that. Just trust your intuition. You'll be led at what's appropriate and where your place is and what you can do. Again, I'm here for you. Thank you for letting me be here for you. You know, it's not always easy to ask for help and to let someone be there for you. I understand that. I know that more than ever from serving Cambo. Okay. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Aho, Javaguan, namaste, hash hash, ush, ush, ush.